Yetman was last month's winner. Our favorite queen here at the show, John Dollar, everybody!
Y'all having fun tonight? You guys enjoying the comedians here? Having a good time? Well, some of the comics in the scene here, namely Daniel Hobbs and Belly Button, have made me really regret getting this haircut. They both refer to me as the alien from the original Men in Black movie. Literally, you agree. Come on, do the impression. It's like, yeah. Are you happy now? God damn it. It's pretty rough. We're going to move on from that, but I just figured it had to be mentioned. Or else we'll spend the next 12 to 15 minutes being like, what the fuck was he thinking? I think there's nothing to prepare you for the fact that as you get older, conversations with your parents are going to change. Like when you're a kid, it's always the usual kind of thing where it's like, sit down, shut up, eat your dinner, get your dick out of the electrical outlet, go to bed, wake up, go to school. How was school? But at one point, like a few years ago, I was talking to my mom, and out of nowhere, she's like, hey, John, what's a cuck? We're not having this conversation, Mom. I'm not going to look my Irish Catholic mother in the eyes and explain to her what cucking somebody is. We're not doing that. But my dad was different. He would just wait until my mom's out of the house, and then he'd just say wild shit to my brother and I. Like we'd be watching a movie, and he wouldn't even be watching it, he'd just be off in dad land, just thinking about whatever, and something snapped him out of it. He'd go, hey, when I was in high school, the greatest decision I ever made was I quit the football team and I joined the band, because the girls on the bus were real wild. Cool, Dad. I'm 13. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that information? Am I supposed to show up to the 8th grade like, yo, guys, guess what? Back in the 70s, my dad was dripping in bitches. That's weird as hell. He said something once when I was around 10 that was kind of been burnt into my psyche ever since. Like we got a call that my mom was coming home early from working in the emergency room. So he gets the call and he comes into the room and just goes, mute that shit, like points at the TV. Like, okay, what happened? He goes, kids, your mother's coming home early from the emergency room. We haven't cleaned a single room in this house. If she comes home and sees even a spot of filth, she is going to shit green apples. Shit green apples? That's not something you say in a normal conversation. That's something that comes out deep in the midst of panic. That's just not something you casually throw around. That's what 30 years of marriage does to somebody. If I haven't cleaned this kitchen, I'm going to die. I can tell that my mom is like watching the news when I call her and talk to her, because out of nowhere, she'll just be like, John, you need to be careful. Fentanyl is everywhere. And it's cocaine and it can kill you instantly. That's cool, Mom. You just assume I'm out here doing blow. And from the way that you phrase it, it sounds like your only issue with that is the fentanyl aspect. So I remember my 20s, just have fun, but be safe. Isn't it weird that we live in a day and age where cocaine isn't even the worst part of cocaine? It's like if you're gonna do blow, just make sure that it's the good blow. It's like it used to kill you if you had like an amazing night at a disco, but not anymore. You can't do that shit. Like the reason why I tell my mom not to worry is because like, I can't ever get into the hard drugs. Like I'm 26, but a hangover from beer makes me feel like a 53-year-old man fresh off his 3rd divorce. Like I wake up at noon just like, oh Jesus God, oh fuck. I sound like a ghost that's haunting my own apartment. I'm seeing some blank faces. Did I lose you when I said I'm 26? That's pretty fucked up, you know, I have feelings. I'm standing right here. Like, I get it. It goes back to the haircut. Like, I already know that I have the hairline of Pennywise the Clown. Why did I make it more obvious with the rest of this shit going on up here? I understand that I look 39 years old, and part of me wishes that I was. Because a person who's 39 and tells people who's 26, that's a lot easier to wrap your head around than being a 26-year-old that looks 39 years old. Like, it's too much. Like, back in high school, I would go to, like, the gas station just to buy beer, and I never got ID'd. And at the time, I felt like, that's pretty cool. And then I look back on it, it's like, that's pretty fucking insulting. You should have asked me for my shit. It'd be like some dude that was 40 years older than me handed me like a 30 rack of Miller High Life, because it was high school, that was our beer decision. But he'd hand it over to me and just be like, do I recognize you? You shouldn't. I'm a child. No, man, I'm pretty sure we played baseball together. We've never fucking done that. That's never happened. I look like the kind of guy that when I walk into a KFC, what I order is, well, first of all, I look like the kind of guy that walks into a KFC. You start right there. But I look like the kind of guy that when I walk in there, what I order is a cheesy chicken Cheeto sandwich. What the fuck kind of a meal is that? What a spit in the face. Anyone who walks in and orders a cheesy chicken Cheeto sandwich, if you work there, you should be legally obligated to be like, are you okay? Nobody whose life is going well orders this sandwich. Is everything all right at home? Yeah, it's pretty bad. You know, I tried to get a Tinder app, and I didn't have much luck on that. I think it was because I put my real age on there. And I think all the women here could attest that if they saw me on Tinder and said 26, they're like, no. This guy's full of shit. This is a 38-year-old man who's got a couple misdemeanors and he's behind on child support payments. If I put that as my Tinder bio, I'd probably get more action. They'd be like, well, at least he's honest. Give him a one-night stand. We'll see what happens here. You know, sometimes I find myself just kind of sitting around fantasizing about random shit that I find myself in. Like, you guys do that too? Like, when you should be working, you're just sitting around thinking about situations you'd never find yourselves in, like robbing a bank or fighting a grizzly bear or robbing a bank with a grizzly bear. Bank robbery, for some reason, always comes to my mind, especially when it's like 2 days before payday. It's like, this might become a reality. Spent too much on beer and pizza. We gotta mitigate this. But as I thought about that, I realized it's like, if I were to rob a bank, my car could not be the getaway car. Because I'm from Montana, so it's already a Montana license plate. That stands out here. But the license plate says DKZ666. So it's just dicks and the mark of the beast. I didn't choose that. That's what they gave me at the DMV. Even the lady working there was like, all right, here's your license plate. Oh, damn. All right. You have fun with that. I think everybody driving behind me was like, who's this asshole? I didn't do that. But like, what would the APB on the police report be like? Where it's like, all right, we got a bank robbery. What's the description of the vehicle? It's like, well, it's from 2,000 miles away, and the back of it says penis Satan. Yeah, we already found him. That was easy. I was kind of fantasized where it's like, I'd do something cool like a bank robbery, but that would never be my MO for my car. Like, mainly what I use my car for is just taking me to various Wendy's locations. There was one time I was in Wendy's at Memphis, and I think the lady working there left her mic on just a minute longer than she should have. So I pulled up, and I was like, hey, you know, I'll just take the double cheeseburger, fries, and a drink. She's like, all right, you know, pull around up front. And a second later I hear, ugly ass. I know, but can I just get a burger and peas without you firing one off at me? Do we really have to do this right now? What the fuck is going on here? I was in a Wendy's drive-thru when two of my best friends called me and told me they were getting engaged on my birthday. I was like, congrats, but I think I'm having a better day. That's how much I love those fucking burgers. I use my car for that, or because I'm from Montana, I use it to crash into cows. Not intentionally. I always lose the crowd where it's like this dude just goes seeking out cows to drive into. No. If you're from Montana, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to drive into a cow. So I was coming back from a party, a high school party. It was like midnight. And I'm driving down this dirt road, which is most roads in Montana. So I'm driving down this dirt road, and this all-black cow just appeared out of nowhere. Like, you know what Doctor Strange does, that portal shit, whatever happens in those movies, and just steps out? That's basically what that cow did. So I panicked, and I hit the brakes, and I think in that moment, both me and that cow were equally horrified. I thought I was gonna die, and that cow was thinking, those two lights are approaching very fast. He probably thought aliens were invading. And so, of course, I couldn't brake in time, and it was a low Ford Escort, 1993, and I hit the cow low on the legs. So its body hit the hood, its head whiplash back. Sorry, anyone in PETA. Then it came back, spiderwebbed the windshield, and that momentum carried it over the car into a ditch. And I'm thinking that cow probably midway in the air thought, these aliens are fucking assholes. What did I do to deserve this? That was another fun phone call to my mom. She's coming home from a high school party, and she's just like, John, did you get pulled over by the cops? And it's like, no, Mom, but I fucking murked a cow. Just came out of nowhere. And say what you want about American engineering, but I hit that cow at 50 miles per hour, and I drove that thing home. So here's an ad for Ford Motors in the late 90s, if you need one. I am from Montana, which I think it's hey, wow, one person wooed from Montana. Usually when I tell people down here in Nashville, they're like, fuck, I forgot that was a place. What goes on there? Not a lot. Not a lot happens. Like, mainly, if you heard that I'm from Montana and just assumed that I love Bigfoot, you'd be right to think that. Because I fucking love Bigfoot. I'm all about it. Because, like, there's not much to do up there. Mainly, if you're up in Montana, the two main things you can do are either Bigfoot hunting or meth. Or both. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. Shit, if you did some meth, maybe you would find Bigfoot. Have that extra energy. But I think, like, it doesn't really matter one way or another if you believe in Bigfoot or not. Like, so you might as well. Don't you think life's a little bit more magical, thinking that there's this mystical gorilla running around that you and your buddies can just go capture? Who would you rather talk to about their weekend? We're like, Donna, what did you do for your weekend? She's like, well, we went to the farmer's market and then we went to bed at a reasonable hour. All right, James, how about you? It's like, well, me and Billy Bob crushed a couple bottles of Jack. We got as many guns as we could find, and then we charged into the woods for 48 hours, looking for a magical monkey. Spare no detail. I want to hear every second of your weekend. Okay, I'll finish with this. Does anybody here, are you even kind of on the fence about Bigfoot? Anybody at all? No? Perfect. That kind of fucking torpedoes this bit, but we're gonna move forward anyway. Anybody here into aliens? Okay, sweet, yeah, you're into it. Ghosts? Ghosts and spirits, anything like that? No? Anybody here into Scientology? No. Yeah, that's where I draw the line, too. You all got real nervous for a second. Like, fuck, he believes in Bigfoot. Like, Scientology's in that ballpark. Is he gonna start preaching to us? But, like, I'll tell you this. Even with Scientology, there's a bit of a gray area. Like, obviously that religion is bananas, but have you seen a Tom Cruise movie? That guy's fucking incredible. Like, there's some kind of power of Xenu going through him. Like, most people who are like 60 years old, they're like my dad, where it's like if they gotta move anywhere, like they're sitting down, you gotta like give them a couple seconds to, oh shit, here we go. But Tom Cruise is 60 years old, and he's like, yo, strap me to the outside of that cargo jet, and we're going into the stratosphere 6 times today. If you watch the behind the scenes, every director is just standing there and just shaking. Like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be the guy that kills him. So far, so good, but you know, they might be making a 3rd Top Gun movie, so you might be thinking, it's like, this could be it. Alright, you guys have been a great crowd. Thanks so much for coming.
$1, everybody.